Today we are in Bilbao. I keep calling it Bilboa, so do forgive me if I mispronounce it a bit later on in the video. Bilbao is the largest city in northern Spain. We flew directly here from Amsterdam on Veulen. It was an interesting flight where the cockpit door was open and I at one point counted 5 crew members in there. That video you can find on my Aviation channel, which is a separate channel, and I'll post a link in the description. Please like the video if you like it, of course. It can really help the channel grow, and do leave a comment or a question if you have one. I like hearing from my subscribers and I will answer any questions or comments. In this video we're going to review the 5-star Melia Hotel here in Bilbao, which is located in walking distance of the Guggenheim Museum, which is probably the most well-known museum in Bilbao. The hotel is also close to the Euskalduna Palace, again apologies for the pronunciation of that, which is a large conference center and a concert hall. The hotel is also in walking distance of the old town and it's very near by the river. So the location of this hotel is very good. The hotel entrance is on a quiet road just across from a shopping mall, which is quite handy, and the hotel parking garage entrance is on the same road. We drove up here in our rental car and it was absolutely a nightmare to park. There are some very tight turns going down into the hotel basements where the car park was. When we were finally parked up and recovered from that experience, we entered the lobby, which was a large atrium dominated by the glass lifts behind the reception. Everybody at the reception was very friendly throughout the whole stay, and our room was ready, so we went up to a room on the 5th floor. As we entered the suite we had booked, on the left hand side there was a standalone bathroom, which is always very nice, and it also came with ritual products, which was also very nice. As you continue in the room, you come to a dining table and a small sitting area. Space is such a luxury in a city hotel, and this room really had plenty of it. As we were settling in, there was a knock on the door and we were given some bottles of water and some nice chocolates as a welcome gift. On the right hand side there was a dresser where all the goodies were kept, the mini fridge, there was an espresso machine, and they even had a kettle, which is also great for our British friends. I avoid using the mini bar, but I did have a Coke, which was €3.75, which isn't that bad. Behind the mysterious black door was the bedroom, very nice in size. The bed itself was very comfortable, however I didn't care for the pillows, which were just too soft. Our view was of a little park behind the hotel. We had a walk there in the evening, which was very nice. There was a fountain that actually had a small light show, I think every 15 or 30 minutes even. Not the Bellagio fountain that's in Las Vegas, but still quite fun to find here in this little park. On the way to the bathroom, there's a closet area, there are hair dryers, robes and slippers, some extra bedding, an ironing board, and a safe was also found there. Although the room looked modern by itself and refurbished, I think the bathroom was still the original one, as it looked a bit dated with the materials, but the materials were good quality, so it was holding up. The bathroom was very complete. It had double sinks and a nice tub. The shower, however, was open and it wasn't very pleasant showering there, as the draft would hit you and cool you down. There was a second toilet here and a bidet, which is quite a norm in Spain. One floor up there was an outdoor pool and a gym. It was a very hot day when we were there, so I didn't film it as the pool was full of people and the gym was also being used. We were a bit peckish, so we went downstairs to the hotel's only restaurant called Sumendi. It was still quite early, especially for Spanish times, so nobody was there other than one other family. We had some jamon iberico, which we shared. They did have some gluten-free bread for my wife, which was very good. I tried the ceviche, which to be honest wasn't very nice. It came with corn and dried plantains. It had some sweetish undertones. I didn't like it. Not for me. After dinner we went for a small walk in the park and came back to the hotel and had a cocktail in the bar. So my honest thought about this hotel, it's classed as a 5-star hotel, and to me it really didn't feel like that. The staff were great, every encounter we had with a staff member was good, so really no complaints about that. But to class this hotel as a 5-star hotel, well, maybe my expectations are a bit higher. For me this really isn't a 5-star hotel. A lot of small things, the details were missing. There was no doorman or none that we actually saw. The food in the restaurant was really bad. I mean, Spain is known for its good food. This wasn't that good. The breakfast for which you pay is served in the same restaurant, but it was only a buffet. I really like the option to having some eggs benedict or some scrambled eggs on toast or something like that, which is made to order, and you couldn't do that here in this 5-star hotel. And in a 5-star hotel you also expect a good barman which is dedicated and can make some well-crafted cocktails. The barman was very friendly and okay, but he was really stretched in his craft. He was alone and he was making drinks for room service for the restaurant as well as in the bar. The room itself was nice and big, very clean, which is very important, but it felt a bit bare and cold. And again, it's those little details which you expect in a 5-star hotel that were missing here. We paid 393 euros per night for this level suite. It's expensive, but for a central located hotel in a European city, I think the price is fair for the space that we got. Parking was 50 euros per night, and the drive down the ramps was really insane. So if you want a good close to a tall hotel, I do recommend it. Despite my criticism, it is a good hotel and fairly priced, especially if you take into account how much is within walking distance of this location. Thank you for watching. Do leave me a comment if you watched all of it until now. I really appreciate your support. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye.